Welcome to task 3. In this task, you'll be working with a set of numbers and expected to find the standard deviation of all of those values. Now, for my students, when I taught this task, they were always disappointed in the fact that they were doing the same calculation for the same numbers more than once. In fact, more than twice, and sometimes even as high as 10 different times. Well, what this task does is work with a frequency table and encourages you to define, create, or come up with a formula that would almost be a shortcut when your set of values have values that show up more than once. Or you could say where your set of values have repeaters. For instance, in our set of values we have 5 2s, so many 3s, I think about 5 4s, and even a lot more 5s. Now again, this can be a lot of work, or if you kind of understand the formula for standard deviation or variance, you can kind of shorten the amount of work. So for instance, I'm going to do one calculation and kind of give a hint as to what your formula would be. But again, the hard work is for you to do, not me. Anyway, based on the formula that we see, we had to find the sum of all of our what would you say, of all of our values minus the mean, right, squared, right, and then we would divide by n. So for instance, let's say our mean was I'm just coming up with a number, let's go 3. So for 2 we would go 2 minus 3, and we would find that that's -1, right? But we would square it and we would get 1. But let's say out of 20 values, when we divided by 1, we got 20, and then we found the square root of that. Okay, notice with 2, how many 5s were there? Oh, now what could I say? I'm not gonna tell you much more than that because I want you to kind of come up with it, but I will go over one more example. Let's say again our mean was 3, so we would go to 3 and we would subtract 3, but we would do this subtraction, this 3 minus 3, more than once. We would need to look to the frequency of our values to see how many times that occurs. Now there are hints that are given here and there and there, where some of the steps might be off by a bit, and you're expected to put, for instance, Maria or Cody or Jessica on the right track. So then now the challenge is up to you. What is the formula for finding the standard deviation of a frequency distribution? Again, that's number 10 from this task. I wish you the best of luck.